What if Superman was so powerful he could literally rewrite reality with a thought, or punch so hard that the entire multiverse shakes? Today, I'm ranking the 12 most ridiculously overpowered Superman variants ever created, starting with Cosmic Armor Superman. Superman is already one of the strongest heroes ever, but what if he became something beyond human? That's exactly what happened with Cosmic Armor Superman, also called the Thought Robot. This isn't just another version of Clark Kent. This is a living machine built by the Monitors, ancient beings who watch over the entire DC multiverse. The Monitors needed a protector, something powerful enough to fight the biggest threats in existence. So they created the Thought Robot, a Superman unlike any other. Moreover, this Superman doesn't live in any normal universe. He exists in the Monitor sphere, a place beyond time, space, and reality itself. He sees every universe at once, understands every possible future, and can adapt to anything. No matter what enemy he faces, he instantly becomes stronger than them. His power has no limit. He can punch so hard it shakes the entire DC multiverse, lift entire dimensions in his hands, and fight cosmic threats like Mandrake, the Dark Monitor, who can erase all of existence. Cosmic Armor. Superman more than strong. He's unstoppable. He never gets tired, can't be killed, and isn't bound by time. He moves beyond space itself, meaning speed doesn't even apply to him. His body is made of pure thought, allowing him to rewrite reality itself. He is aware that he's in a story, existing beyond fiction, and manipulating events like an author changes words on a page. His entire purpose is to protect everything that has ever existed, and nothing, not even the most powerful beings in DC, can truly stop him. He is the ultimate Superman, a hero designed to win no matter what. But if you thought Cosmic Armor Superman was powerful, wait until you hear about a Superman who lived inside the sun for 15,000 years. Superman Prime. Superman is already one of the strongest heroes ever, but what if he took his powers to a whole new level? Superman Prime is a version of Superman that is so powerful that he barely even feels like the same character. Instead of staying on Earth, he did something insane. He flew straight into the sun and lived there for 15,000 years. And it wasn't just for fun. He absorbed so much solar energy that he evolved beyond anything anyone had ever seen. When he finally returned, he was a glowing golden god, stronger than any being in the universe. At this point, nothing could stop him. He could bend reality itself, see across time, and rewrite history if he wanted to. Need a new planet? He could create one with a thought. Need to punch something? He could hit so hard that even cosmic beings would crumble. He was faster than light, more durable than entire galaxies, and had enough power to wipe out universal threats without even trying. His senses were so advanced that he could see through dimensions, hear across the universe, and detect things no other Kryptonian ever could. The best part is he was completely immortal. No aging, no weakness, just endless power. He could share a fraction of his strength with others, and even that tiny piece made them stronger than most superheroes ever dreamed of being. With golden energy flowing through his body, he became the ultimate Superman, a legend beyond legends. The Man of Steel had transformed into something unstoppable. Superman Prime, the most powerful version of Superman to ever exist. While Superman Prime gained unlimited power, our next variant faced a tragic twist, gaining godlike abilities only to discover he was dying. All-Star Superman. Superman is already insanely powerful, but what happens when he absorbs too much solar energy? Well, you get All-Star Superman, a version of the Man of Steel who is stronger, faster, and smarter than ever, but there's a catch. He's dying. After flying too close to the sun, his body soaks up a lethal dose of radiation. At first, this supercharge makes him godlike, pushing his powers beyond anything anyone thought possible. But deep inside, his cells are breaking down. He only has a limited time left, and he plans to use every second of it. Well, this Superman isn't just strong. He's ridiculous. Lifting millions of tons? Easy. He arm wrestles literal gods like Hercules and Atlas at the same time, and wins. His speed? Faster than light. His vision? He sees through everything, from tiny atoms to entire galaxies. His mind? Smarter than ever. His already brilliant brain becomes even sharper, letting him think faster, create new inventions, and solve problems nobody else can. Even his breath is overpowered. He can freeze anything solid or blow winds strong enough to shatter mountains, but the truth is he's more than just muscle. He's a genius, a leader, and a hero who refuses to let death slow him down. With time running out, he doesn't sit around feeling sorry for himself. He makes sure the world is safe long after he's gone. Stronger, smarter, and more heroic than ever, All-Star Superman isn't just another version of Superman. He's the ultimate version, a legend who burns brighter than ever, even as he fades away. While All-Star Superman fights his coming death with nobility, our next variant is possibly the most dangerous Superman ever created, one who has all the power but none of the morality. Superboy Prime. Imagine Superman, but crank the dial up to insane. That's Superboy Prime. At first, he was just a kid from a peaceful world, reading comics about Superman, wishing he could be like him. Then boom, his planet gets wiped out. He gets blasted with yellow sun energy. And suddenly, he is Superman. But not just any Superman. He's stronger, faster, and way, way more dangerous. See, he doesn't just have powers. He thinks he deserves them. He thinks he's the only Superman that matters. And when things don't go his way, he punches reality itself so hard that history changes. This guy is ridiculous. Move planets? Easy. Punch through dimensions? No problem. Speed? Faster than light. Strength? Off the charts. He literally fought 2 Supermen at once, and won. When the Green Lantern Corps tried to stop him, he flew straight through a wall of energy 300 miles thick like it was paper. And magic? Barely scratches him. Black Adam blasted him and he just laughed. The Shazam family tried to stop him, and he punched them so hard they lost their powers. He even broke out of the Speed Force, a prison that was supposed to trap him forever. And his heat vision? Forget burning holes through metal. This guy melts heroes. His breath? He can freeze people solid in space. His eyes see everything, from radio waves to the tiniest atoms. He's so powerful that if he flew through a planet at full speed, it would cause a big bang and restart the universe. Superboy Prime isn't just a Superman. He's a walking, talking, universe-breaking nightmare, and he loves it. If Superboy Prime shows what happens when Superman's power falls into immature hands, Kingdom Come. Superman shows what happens when that power is tempered by age and wisdom. Kingdom Come Superman. Superman retires. Yeah, that actually happens. In Kingdom Come, Superman hangs up his cape after losing Lois Lane. The world moves on, but not in a good way. Heroes stop caring about saving people. Villains run wild. Chaos everywhere. And then finally, after years in the shadows, Superman comes back. But this isn't the same Superman. This is an older, wiser, and way stronger Superman. See, years under the sun have supercharged his body. He's tougher, faster, and nearly unstoppable. And kryptonite doesn't even work on him anymore. Lex Luthor? Sorry, man. Your favorite rock is useless now. And when he fights, he dominates. When a mind-controlled Shazam comes at him, Superman barely flinches. Shazam's magic lightning? Just a scratch. Punch after punch, and Superman still stands, proving he's on another level. But that's not even his biggest flex. A nuclear bomb gets dropped, wiping out almost everyone, except him. He just walks through it. No burns, no injuries, nothing. The explosion destroys powerful metahumans, but Superman? Not even slowed down. Speed? Still insane. Strength? Beyond belief. X-ray vision, heat vision, super breath. It's all there, just better. He can fly faster, lift more, and survive anything. He's a legend walking among heroes, a Superman so powerful that even the most dangerous threats don't stand a chance. He left the world once, but now he's back, stronger than ever, proving why he's still the greatest hero of them all. But what happens when tragedy transforms Superman from the world's greatest hero into its most terrifying villain? That's where Injustice Superman comes in. Injustice Superman. Superman is supposed to be the hero, the symbol of hope. But what if that same Superman lost everything? In the Injustice universe, that's exactly what happens. The Joker tricks him. Not just any trick. The worst trick. Superman thinks he's saving Lois Lane, but instead, he kills her with his own hands. And just like that, his entire world shatters. He doesn't just grieve, he snaps. The Joker? Gone. Superman kills him without a second thought. And once that line is crossed, there's no going back. The Golden Boy of DC? Gone. In his place, a ruthless ruler, one who decides that if the world doesn't stay in line, he'll make it. And who's going to stop him? Batman tries. The Justice League tries. But this isn't just Superman. This is Superman with no limits. He doesn't hold back anymore. He fights his former friends like they're just obstacles in his way. Green Lanterns? Defeated? Gods? Beaten? And Shazam? He doesn't make it out alive. Superman kills him without hesitation. No mercy, no regret. This is a Superman who believes he alone knows what's best for the world. And of course, he still has every insane power. Strength beyond belief, speed faster than anything, near invincibility. He flies through space in seconds, hears everything happening on Earth, and sees through almost anything. His heat vision, powerful enough to melt through anything. His cold breath freezes enemies solid. Nothing can stop him, except maybe himself. But that's the scariest part, because in this world, Superman isn't the hero anymore. He's the villain. While Injustice Superman shows what happens when personal tragedy corrupts Superman's moral compass, our next variant asks, what if Superman had been raised in an entirely different culture? Red Sun, Superman. Superman's story is simple, right? Baby Kal-El escapes a dying planet, lands in Kansas, and grows up to be America's greatest hero. But what if, just what if, his ship crashed somewhere else? Say, the Soviet Union? That's exactly what happens in Red Sun. Instead of Smallville, Kal-El is raised under strict Soviet rule. No farm life, no red, white, and blue, just pure loyalty to the state. And just like that, Superman doesn't fight for truth, justice, and the American way. He fights for communism, and make no mistake, he's still Superman. He's got all the power, all the abilities. He flies across the sky like a god, faster than anything. He lifts entire buildings like they weigh nothing. Bullets? They bounce right off. Missiles? Not even a scratch. His heat vision burns through anything, and his icy breath can freeze enemies solid. He hears everything, sees through walls, and moves faster than the human eye can follow. But here's the thing. His mind is just as sharp as his powers. This Superman isn't just strong. He's unstoppable. And of course, not everyone is happy about it. America won't stand by, while the Soviet Union has the most powerful being on Earth, so they fight back. Green Lanterns? Sent in. Wonder Woman. She tries. Even an entire army? Nothing works. Superman stands tall, the ultimate symbol of Soviet power. But deep down, one question lingers. Does absolute power really make the world better? Well, that's another whole story. While Red Sun Superman was raised in a different country, our next variant takes things even further by putting Superman in the highest office of the land. Calvin Ellis. Superman as a hero? That's nothing new. Superman as the President of the United States? Now, that is something else. Here's Calvin Ellis, the Man of Steel who doesn't just save the world, he runs it. He's from Earth 23, a place where Krypton's greatest son isn't just a symbol of hope. He's the leader of the free world. Imagine fighting off alien invasions by day and handling government meetings by night. That's his reality. And the crazy part? He does both flawlessly. And just like the original Superman, Calvin Ellis is insanely strong. He lifts mountains like they're made of paper, flies faster than a speeding bullet, and shrugs off attacks that would level cities. Heat vision, freezing breath, super speed? Yeah, he's got all of that. But here's the kicker. His brain is just as powerful as his fists. He's a genius, a strategist, a leader who doesn't just react to threats, but plans ahead. That's what makes him different. That's what makes him unstoppable. And when trouble comes knocking, he doesn't back down. Super Doomsday? A monster that crushed Kryptonians like insects? Calvin Ellis destroyed him. No backup, no hesitation, just raw power, skill, and the determination of a man who refuses to lose. And if all that wasn't enough, he's also a master diplomat, juggling politics and supervillains like it's just another Tuesday. He's proof that Superman isn't just about strength, it's about willpower. And when Calvin Ellis steps up, nothing in the universe can bring him down. But not all Superman variants use their powers for good. Let's look at what happens when Darkseid creates his own twisted version of the Man of Steel. Brutal. What happens when Superman's powers fall into the wrong hands? Brutal. A nightmare in Kryptonian form. This isn't the hero everyone knows and loves. This is Darkseid's personal weapon of destruction. Created after the real Superman died, Brutal isn't just a clone. He's something worse. He's Superman without a conscience. No kindness, no limits. Just pure devastation wrapped in a red cape. And when he fights, there's no holding back. Green Lantern, Atom, they tried. They failed. Brutal took them down like they were nothing. Steppenwolf, Brutal cut him in half with a single blow. He's got all of Superman's strength, but none of his restraint. He punches the ground and it causes earthquakes. He flies so fast he's just a blur. His heat vision? Not just regular heat vision. This thing twists, bends, and hunts down his enemies like a living weapon. Flash thought he could outrun it. He was wrong, and just when you think it couldn't get worse, Brutal also has Darkseid's Omega Force flowing through him. That means he's not just tough, he's unkillable. He shrugs off attacks like they're nothing. He doesn't get tired, he doesn't need food, he doesn't even need air, and he can hear you coming from miles away. There's no sneaking up on him, no catching him off guard. He knows you're there, and when he turns his burning red eyes on you, it's already too late. Brutal isn't a hero. He isn't even a villain. He's destruction itself, walking, talking, and ready to tear the world apart. If you think modern Superman is powerful, wait until you hear about the practically limitless abilities of Silver Age Superman. Silver Age Superman. Before Superman had limits, before he had weaknesses, there was this Superman, the Silver Age Superman. This guy wasn't just strong, he was unstoppable. He could punch planets like they were soccer balls, fly faster than the speed of light, and hear a whisper from across the universe. Forget lifting cars. This Superman could move entire solar systems. And that's not even the crazy part. This version of Superman wasn't just powerful, he had powers for everything. X-ray vision? Of course. Microscopic vision? No problem. Need him to see across galaxies? Done. He could even use his heat vision to weld planets together. And then there was the weird stuff. Super breath that could freeze oceans. Super ventriloquism that let him throw his voice across the city. Super hypnotism. Yes, he could literally hypnotize people. And if that wasn't enough, he was also a genius, knowing everything about science, math, and alien technology. And time travel? Oh, he could run through time. No fancy machines, no complicated gadgets, just pure speed. 1 second, he's in the present. The next, he's hanging out with dinosaurs or stopping disasters in the future. And with all that power, who could stop him? No one. Darkseid? He handled him. Villains tried, but nothing worked. Kryptonite slowed him down a little, but other than that, he was pretty much invincible. No limits, no weaknesses, just pure, ridiculous power. If Superman was a god, the Silver Age version was something beyond that. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to be this guy? Most Superman variants at least start out as heroes. But what if Kal-El had been raised by the universe's most evil being instead? Darkseid Superman. What if Superman wasn't Earth's greatest hero? What if, instead of crashing onto a nice little farm in Kansas, His spaceship landed in hell itself. That's exactly what happened in the dark side. Instead of being raised by kind-hearted farmers, this Superman was raised by Darkseid, the most evil being in the universe, and let's just say it changed him. No truth, no justice, no kindness. This Superman wasn't here to save the day. He was here to destroy. A loyal servant of Darkseid, he led Apocalypse's army into battle, burning down entire worlds with his heat vision and crushing anyone who stood in his way. And those legendary Superman powers? Yeah, he still had them. Super strength, super speed, flight, you name it. Instead of saving lives, he uses them to spread Darkseid's rule across the stars. And the worst part? He liked it. He wanted to see New Genesis, the home of the peaceful new gods, burn. But then, everything changed. He learned the truth. He wasn't some apocalyptian warrior. He was Kryptonian. And for the first time, he saw Darkseid for what he really was, a tyrant. So, Superman did what no one expected. He fought back. He defeated Darkseid, took control of Apocalypse, and set out to fix the destruction he had helped cause. Finally, we come to perhaps the most terrifying Superman variant of all, one whose power is matched only by his rage, the Last Son. It's not just a Superman, something far worse. Kal-El was meant to land on Earth, just like the Superman everyone knows, but fate had other plans. His ship got lost, drifted through space, and passed through a million suns. That much energy? It changed him, warped him. By the time he finally landed, he wasn't Kal-El anymore. He was Kill-All, and that's exactly what he did. Now let's talk power. He had more than any Kryptonian before him. Strength? He didn't just overpower Superman, he took down the entire Superman family. Speed? He wasn't just fast, he was a blur, moving so quickly that time itself barely kept up. Heat vision? His could melt Superman's like it was nothing. Flight? Not just in the sky, through space. No air, no limits, just pure, unstoppable motion. And then there was the fire. He wasn't just powered by the sun. He was a sun. Flames burned around him, and heat rolled off his body like he was a living star. If he wanted, he could unleash solar blasts strong enough to destroy anything in his path. Nothing hurt him. No weapon, no disease, not even time itself. He didn't need food, water, or sleep. As long as he had the sun, he would never stop. He was power without control, a nightmare given form, the Last Son. And there you have it, the 12 most ridiculously overpowered Superman variants of all time. But which one do you think is the strongest? Let me know in the comments below. And as promised, the most powerful Superman that DC had to write out of existence was actually the Thought Robot, because he existed beyond the story itself and could literally rewrite the narrative. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.